Hello collectors, Joseph Prodzik is the name my mother gave me, but my friends call me Joe, and you are watching Statue Talk. Statue Talk is a show that I created so that I can share with you my love for statue collecting. I'm going to be sharing upcoming previews, pre-orders, and updates to my collection. Because statue collecting is more than just a hobby to me, it's a lifestyle. Now let's get started and hit the music. In this week's episode, I have an amazing custom Captain America statue to show you, as well as some previews from Iron Studios, Prime One, Pop Culture Shock, XM Studios, and more. Also, there's some very exciting stuff in the pre-order section. So I have some pre-orders from Iron Studios, Sideshow Collectibles, and Pop Culture Shock to show you. So let's get started with this week's episode. So first up this week is an amazing customized Captain American conversion I have to show you. This conversion was completed by Daniel. I'm not going to share his whole name because I don't know if he wants that shared on YouTube. But Daniel, if you check out this video, you want me to share who you are and what you're all about, let me know. So this is a great conversion of, it's a mix between the original Captain America Premium Format by Sideshow and their more recent premium format. This looks to be the Sideshow body and head that's both been customized, repainted, some nice pants from the more modern premium format, the more recent premium format that was released, a couple different shield options. This is an insane conversion of a statue. It's one of the best I've ever seen. Probably one of the best Captain America statues I've ever seen. There's a couple different head options, helmeted, and he has this little goggles, head covering, a nice Captain America logo on top. His helmet moves down to his hand. You can just see lots of great details, lots of great paintwork on the statue. Really one of the best Captain America statues I've ever seen. And Daniel, I love your work. Doing a great job, and that Captain America statue of yours is amazing. So thanks for sharing it with us. The next preview comes to us from Gecco, who is going to be doing a Dark Souls 3 figure project. And they were celebrating the kickoff of that project. So you see a couple of teaser images here, little sword from Dark Souls 3. I am a big fan of Gecco, but not a huge fan of the Dark Souls 3 video games. But Gecco does some amazing work, and so I'm still excited to see what they're going to be doing with the Dark Souls 3 line. So stay tuned for some more information about those statues. Next we have the Iron Man Mark 45 statue from Imaginarium Art. Now, I don't have anything from Imaginarium Art yet, but they have been producing some great statues. They did the big Iron Man on throne, and then they did the amazing Hulk Buster statue. They're known for doing some great Iron Man statues. They're also going to be coming out with some Transformers statues in the future that I'm looking forward to. And they're going to be doing some New 52 DC statues as well. So I need an Iron Man statue in my collection. I don't have one yet. I really do like the look of this statue. We first are seeing here a digital sculpt of the statue. The Iron Man standing atop some rubble with some looks like Ultron robots coming up to get him. So overall the concept looks really nice, and we see some printed sculpture here as it looks like Imaginarium Art is putting together the statues. And then we see the portrait of Iron Man here. Really looking forward to seeing this one. Like I said, I do need Iron Man in my collection. I've held off because most of the Iron Man statues are from the movies, and I have a comic book based collection. I don't think we're gonna get any comic book based Iron Man statues soon, so I better decide which Iron Man statue to add to the collection soon. This one looks like it's gonna be a really great statue, and I've heard Imaginary Mart is doing some great things, so we'll keep an eye out on that one. Next up, we have some previews from Iron Studios. The first is from Batman vs. Superman. These are 1/10 scale statues that they're showing off. Now, I really do like the Batman here and the Wonder Woman. The Man of Steel Superman looks a little bit off to me. It looks like, it's hard to tell from this picture, but the face looks a little bit odd to me. Could just be the angle, could just be the lighting. They do look really great, and for those collectors who are on a smaller budget or don't have a lot of space, these 1/10 statues can be a great addition for you. Now we have a concept art for the Superman vs. Doomsday, a 1/6 scale battle diorama. Now this is an interesting concept. This is, of course, the legendary battle between Superman and Doomsday that at one point ended in Superman's death. So I'll be looking forward to seeing some more of that statue from Iron Studios. Now, in the past, I haven't covered Iron Studios a lot. They post a lot of their stuff on Facebook in Portuguese, and it's pretty easy to translate. There's an easy translate button on Facebook that lets you see those posts. And now, up until recently, their statues have been not too easy to get here in the United States, and you've had to pay a premium for the statues here. But stick around for the pre-orders, because we have some upcoming pre-orders for Iron Studios that are actually going to be available here in the United States. So stay tuned for more from Iron Studios later in the episode. From Prime One Studios, we have a couple previews this week. Last week was a little bit of a slow week, but they're showing us some more stuff this week. First off, we'll start with their announced Gundam project. So Prime One posts that fans of Prime One, your invaluable help is once again needed. Give us your top 3 Gundam armor that you want made by Prime One. Now, I don't know anything about Gundam. I obviously, I know what it is. I don't know too much about it, too much about what type of armor that I would want to see. It's an interesting concept. So if you're a Gundam fan, check out the Prime One collectors group on Facebook and let them know what type of armor you want to see made. Next up, we have a little teaser of the Arkham Knight 1/3 scale Robin statue. Prime One says that more information is going to be coming up in April regarding that statue. That is a statue that I'm interested in. I'm thinking about picking up all the Batman family, or as many as I can because those statues are 1/3 scale. They take up a lot of room, and also they're more expensive. I am really interested in that Robin statue. Probably the Nightwing statue a little bit later on. Next, we have a Scarecrow. So this is a after and a before shot of Scarecrow. They're showing the before shot there on the right shows less detail, and the after shot there on the left shows the statue detailed up. This is going to be, the Arkham Knight line is 1/3 scale, and this is going to be a statue that's going to just be insane. If they can get all that detail in the statue, there's no reason to think that they can't. That one's going to be hard to resist. This looks like a really scary statue to have in your collection. Then we have a preview of Ultraman from Prime One Studio. I'm not a huge fan of Ultraman, but I know there are a lot of Ultraman fans out there. A couple weeks ago, we had a preview in pre-order of the Gecco Ultraman statue, and that one is actually sold out on the Big Bad Toy Store website already. So there is a lot of demand from Ultraman, and this will be a little bit bigger scale than what the 1/6 scale that Gecco puts out. So this is going to be a good one for you Ultraman fans. Now we have another preview of Superman from Prime 1 Studios. This is going to be a quarter scale statue from their new 52 DC line. And overall, so far, I look at the direction that they're going with this statue. He looks to be very dynamic, and I like the, it's not really armor, but kind of has some more modern Superman costume. And that's really what I would like to see in the Superman costume. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Superman Unchained look from Jim Lee, and the look that Superman had in his first New 52 Justice League comics. So I'll be looking forward to that one as well. Now that's it for Prime 1 Studios this week. So one thing I almost forgot to mention and about Prime 1 Studios is that some information just came out earlier today. I'm shooting this video on Friday, so it came out early on Friday. They showed off their Batman Beyond, a full gallery that's getting ready for pre-order. So once Prime 1 Studios puts out the full gallery for their pre-order, it won't be long before it shows up on the Sideshow website and is available. So expect that within the next week or two to show up for pre-order on Sideshow's website. Now let's take a look at Pop Culture Shock next. The latest Pop Culture Shock newsletter, they said that they will be present at WonderCon from March 25th through 27th. WonderCon is a convention in the Los Angeles area that Pop Culture Shock likes to go to and show off some of their new and upcoming statues. Last year they showed off some of the 1/3 scale Mortal Kombat ninjas, as well as the 1/3 scale Akuma statue. So they say that this year will be the most exciting yet, with new statues from Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, She-Ra, Princess of Power, Conan the Barbarian, and more. I'm hoping to see the 1/3 scale Ryu. I think that the Conan statue will be a good one too. But stay tuned to their newsletter over the next several weeks, as they're going to tease what they're going to be showing off at WonderCon 2016. And in last week's newsletter, they did tease us with a Chun-Li digital image and also Scorpion as well. So it looks like they're going to be doing a couple of new statues of those two statues. I don't know what this which line this Chun-Li is going to be a part of. It's going to be Street Fighter 5 or their more action-oriented Street Fighter line. So it'll be interesting to see which line she's going to be come out for. I would like to have a Chun-Li statue, but from the Street Fighter 5 line for me. And then this looks like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10. You know, I did pick up the War God statue from Mortal Kombat, but I passed on the Quan Chi statue because I didn't really like the look of them. But you know, I really do like the look of this Scorpion statue, so I'll be keeping an eye out on that statue. You know, I like the characters from both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. You know, I tend to prefer the story and characters from Street Fighter, but then I tend to be a better player when I'm playing Mortal Kombat. Either way, I like both games and I like both sets of characters, so I'm happy to see that Pop Culture Shock is going to be showing off some of those statues at WonderCon. From XM Studios, we have a little bit more information on their next Batman concept. The next Batman is going to be based on the concept of Wasteland. You know, I'm not sure what that means, but looks like another opportunity to get a Batman statue. You know, I missed out on the Japanese samurai version of Batman, something I am now regretting. But it looks like I'll have another chance with this Wasteland Batman statue, so it'll be interesting to see the direction that XM is gonna go with that statue. Next up, we have some concept art. The first concept we have here is the Carnage statue. Now, XM Studios has been doing a great job with their villains, and this Carnage statue looks like they'll be doing another great job. They do a lot of these monster type creatures really well. This Carnage looks like it's going to be really good. Next up, we have Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist is a little bit of a more obscure Marvel character, and that's what I like about XM Studios, is they are doing some more of these obscure sort of B-list characters, doing a lot of the villains. I really like that they're giving collectors a wide range and a wide variety of heroes and villains to choose from, and I do like look at this Iron Fist statue. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to build the statue to have him kicking bricks, basically. Now we have a very interesting one, Iron Spider-Man. You know, Iron Spider-Man's statue from Sideshow is a popular statue, so I'm sure this Iron Spider-Man statue is going to be just as popular. Looks like a good concept so far, so looking forward to seeing some more of that. Now we have a digital sculpt of Moon Knight. Well, again, not a huge fan of Moon Knight, but you know, I give respect to XM Studios for doing these different types of characters. I really like the details in his costume. They look great. You know, XM Studios is a company that makes great statues, and sometimes people are going to want to pick up statues like maybe they're not necessarily a fan of Moon Knight, but after seeing this Moon Knight statue, they might want to pick him up because of how good he looks anyway. So I really like the look of that Moon Knight statue. Now we have also a little sneak preview of Stormbreaker. This is a looks like a rough digital sculpt version of him. You don't get to see a lot of him, but you get to see a little bit of the direction they're going with the Stormbreaker. Now we have a bust. This is the Incredible Hulk bust by XM Studios, sculpted by Troy McDevitt. This is the first bust I've seen from XM Studios that I'm aware of. It's supposed to be quarter scale bust, so this looks like a really great version of Hulk. You know, I don't do busts, but I do really like what XM Studios is showing us here. To me, it looks better than the quarter scale Hulk statue that they came out with last year. I really like the way this Hulk looks. He looks mean. He looks angry, and he looks powerful. So I like that sculpt from Troy there. So that's it for this week's previews. Now let's check out some pre-orders. This week's first pre-order comes to us from First 4 Figures. This is the Star Fox Arwing statue. The Star Fox Arwing statue is from Nintendo. It is at the center of the Milky Way exists an advanced star system known as the Lilat system. It is here where the team known as Star Fox operates, made up of some of the most elite pilots and mercenaries in the galaxy. Star Fox's ship of choice for aerial combat is the Arwing, a fleet of state-of-the-art battlecrafts capable of combat in both the atmospheres of planets and the deepest vacuums of space. The Arwing's sleek design allows it to fly at speeds exceeding Mach 4, and combined with the skills of an able pilot in the cockpit, makes it one of the most agile ships in the galaxy, armed to take down the biggest of both terrestrial and extraterrestrial threats. Now, this Arwing statue from Nintendo is available at the Sideshow website for pre-order now. It's priced at $309.99. The statue is expected to ship October to November of 2016. You can do a payment plan for as little as $55.80 a month through the Sideshow website. So the next pre-order I have for you comes to us from Iron Studios. Just last week I said that Iron Studios was one of those companies that was hard to get here in the United States. Well, that is no longer going to be the case, at least for some of their statues. So now Sideshow website is going to be carrying some Iron Studio statues, so you can pick that up through there at a little bit of a more reasonable cost than you would if you bought it on the secondary market. So this is the Spider-Man Polystone statue by Iron Studios. Now Sideshow and Iron Studios are proud to present the Spider-Man Polystone statue legacy replica. Developed from concept art by Mike Diodato Jr., this hand-painted statue features the agile web-slinger in their dynamic pose. Seen through the window of Oscorp, Spider-Man dodges attacks from his nemesis, Green Goblin, and Dr. Octopus. Its limited edition quarter-scale diorama can be appreciated from all angles. Spider-Man fans, don't miss your chance to add this captivating statue to your collection. Well, this Iron Studio statue is a little bit on the expensive side, at least in comparison to Sideshow's statues. The premium formats are generally around $400 to $500. This statue from Iron Studios is $750. It's expected to ship from July through August 2016. You do payment plans for as little as $135 a month on the Sideshow website. This is a statue that I would love to add to my collection. And I'm going to see if I can make some room in my budget for him. I think I really like the Sideshow Premium Format, so I'm thinking I might add some more Spider-Man statues to my collection. Much like I have a lot of Batman statues, I'm thinking I might do the same thing for Spider-Man over on the Marvel side. So that's great news, as you can get these statues a little bit cheaper than you would on the secondary market, though I've heard that you might have to wait a little bit longer than if you got them from Iron Studios yourselves. That's a great addition to the Sideshow Collectibles website. So the next pre-order I have comes from Kotobukiya. This is the DC Bishoujo Harley Quinn statue New 52. She's priced at $74.99. This could expect to ship in September of 2016. Kotobukiya, you can get their statues from their own website. You can also get their statues from comic book stores and toy stores around the internet. It says Harley Quinn returns to Kotobukiya's Bishoujo line for another round, based on a new illustration by master illustrator Shunya Yamashita. So this Kotobukiya statue is a little bit smaller scale statue and a little bit more reasonably priced. And a lot of people do collect these Bishoujo lines of statues, so here's a new one for you. From Pop Culture Shock, we have the 2000 AD Judge Dredd quarter scale statue. Now, this Judge Dredd statue is based on the most recent Dredd 3D movie. It looks really like a killer statue I'm really interested in. The pre-order begins Monday, March 14th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know how popular this statue is going to be, but if you do want to pre-order it, I would recommend being on the PCS website a little bit before 3 p.m. to get your order in. There are going to be a couple different versions of this statue. It's going to be the regular version, which is priced at $439.99. Expected to ship first quarter of 2017. It's going to be the PCS Mega City exclusive. It's only available directly through PCS. This one is also $439.99. Edition size to be announced next weekend. This one is going to include an additional comic style portrait and swap out raised lawgiver arm. You'll get up to a 10% discount with your pre-order on that statue. That's the one I'm interested in. Not sure I have room in my budget, but I'm going to check it out. Try to make some room. I really would like a Judge Dredd statue in my collection, even though this is the movie version. The exclusive edition is going to come with a comic style portrait too. So I think he'll fit in either way. I do collect a couple of movie statues. I don't completely roll them out. And they have the PCS comic exclusive. Now this one is also $439.99, no edition size announced yet. This one is a little bit more comic booky version of the character, a little bit different colors and a little bit different base. This one is also going to include a swap out raised lawgiver arm. So this statue begins, pre-order begins Monday, March 14th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Next pre-order comes to us from Tweeterhead. This statue is once again available on the Sideshow Collectibles website. This is the Egghead Maquette by Tweeterhead. Now, Sideshow and Tweeterhead are pleased to present the Egghead Maquette. Batman's pun-prone foe dons his egg white suit with a yolk yellow shirt. Technological genius, Egghead is seen holding a radar egg, is poised with a mischievous grin. Now, this is a character from the 1960s Batman Classic TV series. Tweeterhead has been doing a line of maquette statues from that TV series, and they're all available on the Sideshow website. The Egghead Maquette is priced at $249.99, and he is expected to ship August through September 2016. You can do payment plans on the Sideshow website for about $56.25 a month. Now, all of those statues that are available from the Sideshow website, click on the link in the description below if you wanted to pre-order any of those pieces. And after all that talk about all those great statues available on the Sideshow website from various other companies, I almost forgot about Sideshow's own pre-order this week. This is the Supergirl Premium Format Figure by Sideshow Collectibles. Look, up in the sky, Sideshow Collectibles is proud to present the Supergirl Premium Format Figure. Born Karazor El on the doomed planet Krypton, Superman's long-lost cousin Supergirl shares his iconic S emblem and all of his phenomenal superpowers. Still searching to find her identity on our home planet, Girl of Steel takes flight in a 24-inch tall gravity-defying composition high above Earth's atmosphere. Her perfectly tailored cape billowing out behind her, simply radiating with a dazzling smile. She's equally ready to light up the room or humanity's most dangerous enemies with her faithful feline companion, Streaky the Super Cat, hot on her heels. Must have for DC Comics or Superman fans, Sideshow's Supergirl Premium Format Figure will take your collection light years above and beyond. This is a statue I'm not really interested in because I'm not interested in the character at all. Sideshow has been doing a great job with their female characters. This one is a little bit more classic, down-home, girl next door type of look, rather than some of the more buxom statues that we've been seeing from Sideshow. So this has that kind of all-American girl feel. She, I think, will look good posed with the Superman Premium Format Figure. Now, Supergirl is priced at $424.99. Is expected to ship anywhere from January to March of 2017. You can put her on the payment plan for as little as $54.64 a month. She's available to order on the Sideshow website today, and you can do that by clicking on the link in the description section below. Last but not least is the XM Studios Sandman. So Sandman pre-order images have gone up, and the date for this bad boy is scheduled for the 18th of March. Now, that means Singapore date and time, Thursday midnight leading to Friday. Not Friday midnight, but Thursday midnight. First thing on Friday morning, this is going to be available Singapore time. And the Sandman statue has an edition size of 700. And the retail price is $990 in Singapore currency. So 990 in Singapore currency. Let's check out and see what that is right now. That conversion rate is about $720.92 US for 990 Singapore dollars. So that is a little bit more expensive price than what you would get for a Sideshow statue. For some XM Studios, I would happily pay that price. I was able to to get them at that price, but you often have to pay a lot more for that. You have to pay a little bit of a premium, plus the shipping costs over from Singapore aren't cheap. But that's okay, I guess. As US collectors, we're a little bit spoiled. You know, we have a lot of statue companies over here, or a lot of companies are allowed to sell us their products. Even if we do order products from overseas, you know, we don't get stuff like import fees or extra taxes or anything like that. So we're a little bit spoiled. You know, statue collectors around the world don't have it that easy. The extra taxes or import fees or, you know, hefty shipping charges. So they have the base statue costs, and then they have a lot of other things that they have to think about in some cases. So this is kind of the opposite is true here. We want the XM Studio statue from Singapore, then as United States collectors, we got to pay a little bit more for that. So check out that Sandman statue coming on March 18th. So that's it for this week's pre-orders. Now let's check out my collection update. So an update on my collection. This week I was measuring the area where I thought I was going to put my Prime 1 1/3 scale pieces, and it turns out they're not going to fit there at all. So I was hoping they would fit on these glass shelves that I have. I have about 30 inches of space. Prime 1 statues are going to be between 30, 34, 36 inches. They're going to be a little bit too big for that area. It's kind of caused me to reevaluate my collection shelves. You know, I have the Bestas in the background. I have a couple of glass shelves and a couple of D-tops. But I want to add some consistency to my collection, so I was thinking about making a run to IKEA, picking up some more similar style Bestas. So I could have the Bestas in the back here, and then along the wall on the right, and then along the wall on the left, just having one consistent statue. And I was thinking about tiering it, so a 3 cube, a 2 cube, and a 1 cube. Kind of like a tiered effect, and then I can have some wall art there, and also then have some room for some of those 1/3 scale statues. So far I have 4 of those on pre-order. I'm thinking about canceling one, thinking about canceling the Batman Noel statue, so I can maybe add the Iron Studios Spider-Man, or maybe add Robin to the collection, maybe make it a little bit more consistent. I do like that Batman Noel statue, but there's only so many 1/3 statues you can have in your collection. So that's what I've been thinking about this week. I have a Google spreadsheet that I work on. I sort of plan out my collection, where I'm going to put stuff, and sort of plan it out that way. And then I sit and I lay down on the floor and I stare up at the room and at the walls and try to figure out and see where everything is going to go. So I've been spending a lot of time on that this week. In addition to posting some reviews, I posted the custom Bane review last Monday. If you haven't checked out that review, go ahead and check that review out. A couple comments on that review were that the music was a little bit too loud and my voice was sort of drifting off in that video. And I agree. You know, I listen to it with headphones when I'm editing it, so it sounds a little bit better to me. And I thought that was the case even when I was editing it, but I thought I had fixed that. So I've been playing with the settings a little bit. I will make sure that the music gets a little bit toned down so you can hear my voice a little bit better. Probably with that style of music on that Bane video. Probably needed to be a little bit lower anyway. Too much, got too much heavy metal running through my veins, so can't help but want to turn up the loud music. Now, a couple comments about that Bane review. First one is from Geo-Man, who was one half of the team from Rad Titan. So Geo's a great guy. He checks out most of my videos and always has nice things to say. Really a great collector. I love watching their collectors chat and checking out their videos. They're really entertaining guys. So Geo-Man says, great job, my brother. I'm a massive Bane fan and would love to have one in my collection. I love the fully masked portrait big time. From head to waist, I love the look of this piece, but the thighs anatomically are off. They look a bit thin and are in a strange position for me. Head on, it looks outstanding. I don't think you can notice it much from the side. It looks a little strange as a pose. Other than that, and the leaning movement, it's a win. It looks huge and looks battle ready. Great review and massive congrats, mate. Now I think Geo-Man hits it right on. You know, there's from the waist up, he's massive and huge. Maybe he is a little bit too small on the leg side. Maybe he skipped too many leg days at the gym. Also think some of the sculpt of the legs have a little bit of folds in the fabric and kind of isn't distinguished between folds and muscles, and that can make it look a little bit odd. But that's why I love other people's opinions, and that's why I love watching a variety of reviews on the same statue. So because other collectors always have different viewpoints, they have different statues in their collection, different experiences. So it's also nice to get a different perspective on a statue. So when I watch a review of a statue, I tend to watch a couple different ones, even reviews of statues I watch, so I can get different people's perspectives. It's just fun for me. So, you know, make sure you check out Geo-Man and Alex over at Rad Titan. Check out their collectors chat and their review videos. Really fun guys to watch. And now from Steve over on Facebook, he asked me, so are you going to end up keeping Bane in your collection? Was it worth the price, and was it everything you expected? So I am going to keep Bane in my collection. I don't generally buy statues to sell them. You know, I started to do that a little bit, just not buying statues to sell them, but buying statues more so I could review them, and then if I didn't necessarily want them, I could sell them later. But the budget was getting a little bit on the hefty side, and to be honest, I hate selling statues. It drives me crazy. It's so it's more nerve-wracking than buying a statue, because you either have to sell it through a buy-sell trade group or sell it on eBay, and then I'm always nervous it's going to break and I'm going to have to refund the money, and I'm most nervous that I'm going to have to disappoint that person that I was sending it to, because there's nothing worse than getting a broken statue, and I don't want to be the one who's responsible for sending a collector a broken statue. So I don't like selling statues in general, so I didn't, I cut out a lot of those pre-orders that I was just getting to review, and had to get my budget in check anyway. So that was a good move for me. And was it worth the price? And was it everything you expected? Now those are two difficult questions for me. Was it worth the price? Well, you know, I've only paid that much money for one other statue. That was the Batman on Lion custom. Had a little bit of a story on that piece. So if you check out that review, you can see that story and my reaction to that. So, but that's Batman, and Batman is on a whole different level for me. I love Batman statues. Well, this is a Batman-related statue. It's not Batman, it's Bane. And I love having Bane in my collection. Was it worth the price? You know, I don't know. That's a hard question to ask. I would rather have this Bane statue than some other statues that sell for similar amounts. But, you know, I'm going to be asking myself that question when I get Black Bolt and Daredevil, who are both similarly priced statues when it's all said and done. I'm probably going to be asking myself the same thing with those statues. 1/3 Akuma, I'm not going to ask myself that with 1/3 Akuma. He's going to be worth it, of course. I mean, that statue looks awesome, but you know, for that price, shouldn't you say a resounding yes, that was worth it, absolutely, hands down. For that price, shouldn't you be able to say that? And I am kind of on the fence with that statue, so I'm not really sure. It was everything that I expected, aside from the slight leaning issues. Overall, I am happy to have that statue in my collection. I'm glad I ordered it. I'm gonna keep him. Was it worth it? I don't know, but I'm gonna ask that same question about other statues that are similarly priced, regardless of who it is. So thanks, Steve, for asking that question. So the next review from me is going to be the amazing Spider-Man statue. That review is going to be posted on Monday, March 14th. So you'll be able to check that out here on Statue Review. Now, I had a little bit of a tough time writing that review and coming up with my review score for that statue. So after you check it out, make sure you share your thoughts and opinions on it. I really want to know, I did come up with a review score, but I really want to know what you think. If I'm being too hard on the statue, or maybe I wasn't hard enough on the statue. The consensus is it's a great statue, and I can tell you right now, I love the statue, but I look at it with a little bit more critical eye when I'm doing a review. I think that's going to be, I think it already is my favorite Marvel statue in my collection. It's making me want to buy more Spider-Man pieces. You know, I have Batman as sort of the centerpiece of my collection. In general, centerpiece of my DC collection. I'm thinking about doing the same thing with Spider-Man, and I think that's a great statue. But stay tuned for the review on Monday, March 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And my wife and daughter have both said that that's one of their favorite statues in my collection already, even though I just got it. So make sure to check that out. Also, this weekend I should be having a statue I forgot about. This is the Batman wall statue from Pop Culture Shop. So I'll be getting the black and gray version of that statue. It's a light up wall statue. So I'm thinking about doing a unboxing of that statue for you, and I'm thinking about including more unboxings here on Statue Talk. I haven't done that in the past just because my style of review is a little bit different, and I script out my reviews, I write them out, I think about them, I write them out. But I was writing that Spider-Man review, and I was watching Immortalized in Stone with Hero Statue Collector Lou and Vic, and they were talking about unboxing and how it's just one of the most exciting parts of being a statue collector. Is you wait for months, you spend a bunch of money, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, finally get that statue, really excited to open him up, and that's like the pinnacle of statue collecting is when you get that statue in, you open them up, you put them together. So I think I'm going to start sharing those unboxings with you here on Statue Talk. So stay tuned for that Batman wall statue, which I'll share on the show next week. Now that brings us to the question of the week. So last week's question of the week, I asked, what is the next Gotham character that you want to see made into a statue? So some people confuse that as I was asking about the Gotham TV show, but I was just saying Gotham in general. So here are a couple of the answers. This comes from Statues, Figures, and More. And he says, I'm not a big comic book guy, so don't know many characters, or if you meant from the Gotham show, I don't watch it. Statue from Sideshow or Prime 1 I would like to see is a Tom Hardy Bane. I only know the Batman world from movies, so I'm not the best person to be answering this, so I should defer to other collectors on this one. all statue figures and more, I think that's a fine answer. A lot of people are Batman fans because of those Dark Knight movies, and I think the Tom Hardy Bane would be a very interesting statue, especially from Sideshow, because Sideshow likes to give us some mixed media. So I think they would really do a good job with the Tom Hardy Bane. And since Sideshow is doing those quarter scale Dark Knight and Joker statues, I think Tom Hardy Bane would go good with that line. Now Doug L says, I really love your channel, and Statue Talk is the cherry on top. Well, thanks, Doug. As to your question, I would love an Azrael statue. I know Prime 1 is working on one, but that one is straight out of the Arkham series. Nothing wrong with that. I will get one for sure, but I would love to have one based on the Nightfall costume. Doug, I completely agree with you. You know, that statue from Prime 1 looks awesome, but I'm not a fan of that guy in the games. I don't really care for him, but he is pretty cool in the comic books, and that Nightfall costume I think would make a great statue. You know, Sideshow tends to do more classic versions, and they tend to be a little bit more traditional in their designs, but maybe we can see something like that in like 1/3 scale from Prime 1. They decide to do more Batman statues. I think that Nightfall statue would make a great statue, or maybe we can get some smaller statues. I don't know if Sideshow would make something like that, but I think there are companies out there that would take the risk, and I think that Nightfall statue would be great to add to a Batman collection. Now for me, there are lots of statues from the Gotham universe that I want to see. Prime 1 is making a lot of 1/3 scale statues. I'd prefer to see more in 1/4 scale. So for some statues that I would like to see, just looking at my Greg Capullo action figures I have there in the corner, that armored Batman from the New 52, I would love to see that. I'd love to see a Quarter of Owls, the owl statue made into a statue. I'd love to see a Commissioner Gordon statue made into a Commissioner Gordon made into a statue. I think Sideshow would do a good job with that. Mixed media, trench coat, suit and tie. I think that would be a really great statue. So thanks for helping me out, statue figures and more, and Doug L with the question of the week. For this week's featured video, I actually have 2 videos to show you this week. First one comes to us from Daniel Hinze. You may know him as the guy who makes a lot of the custom statues that are out there, including this Bane statue. Well, he did a Bane a couple years ago, so I wanted to show that video to you so you can see the differences. The Bane he shows in this video is a 1/4 scale mixed medium custom statue, so it means he has some clothing to him. And he's a little bit more slimmed down version of Bane. I wanted to highlight that video for you so you can see the differences between that Bane and this Bane here. Check out the video of Daniel Hinze. Make sure to subscribe to his channel to check out his other videos. The next one comes from Astronaut Bear. This is the Black Cat Comiquette from Sideshow Collectibles. Astronaut Bear, also known as Mo Bear, over on Facebook. I wanted to share this video for you because this was a statue I was planning on getting. I had the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man statue, but I ended up getting rid of that, so I canceled my pre-order of the Black Cat Comiquette. So I still wanted to show her off to you, so check out Astronaut Bear's video and subscribe to his channel to check out his other videos as well. I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Statue Talk. Please let me know what you think of some of the topics I've covered in the comments section below. I may even share some of your comments or questions in next week's episode. Now, if you're a statue addict like me, can't wait a whole week for the latest statue news. Check out my website, statuereview.com, or give my page a like on Facebook. I try to share all the latest statue news from around social media on those 2 pages. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all of my latest statue news. Now, before we leave here today, I wanted to introduce you to the director of my Statue Talk episodes. She is the reason why I started this channel in the first place. So I wanted to introduce you to my daughter. Her name is Mad Maddie. Now come up here, Maddie. She's the one who does all the camera work for my episodes, and she is the reason why I started Statue Talk and started doing my reviews in the first place. So say hi to Mad Maddie.
Hi.
So Maddie inspired me to start my YouTube channel. I noticed her watching a lot of YouTube channels herself. She watches a lot of Minecraft videos, a lot of not statue, but dolls. Right? What kind of dolls do you like? Monster High and Ever After. So, about a year or so ago, I asked her what she wanted to do when she grew up, and she said that she wanted to be a YouTuber. So I decided that to get ready for that and to learn about that myself so that I could help her follow her dreams, that I would start my own YouTube channel. And that's why I started doing statue reviews. That's why I started doing Statue Talk. So I could learn about making a show, editing video, sound, etc. So I could help her out when she's ready to do her own channel. So thank you, Mad Maddie, for helping me out with my show. And thank you for joining me on Statue Talk. Well, this has been Joe for Statue Review. And Mad Maddie, thanks for watching.